Hello everyone, I am here to do the Junk Journal March Madness Mass Make Challenge that both Tracie Fox and Cori have set for March. So I saw them today and I came home and right away went to work. Oh, first of all, this is a new kind of a different setup. I've moved my phone because the last video I did was too far away, and this may be too close. So I'm not sure. I've got a new desk set up, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna wind up settling on the setup because it seems to be either too close or too far, but you are really in close here. But at least I can see what you're seeing. So it's nighttime, it's dark outside, and I have some light set up, so there are shadows. So you'll forgive me if it's not perfect. I am still working out the kinks. Okay, so first, these are the Cori mass makes that she made, or my takes on them. So she did this flippy one that has a spot for a little tag right here, which I'm thoroughly thrilled about. And I made kind of a waterfall notepad that I sewed on the sewing machine. And I haven't embellished. Oh yeah, and on the back I did like a little hidden spot with a folded up piece of paper because right now I'm really trying to create ephemera with hidden spots and secret journaling spots because I'm going to be doing a Sherlock Holmes journal. So this is right, hit the mark. I haven't embellished these yet because I have a bunch of Sherlock Holmes or detective embellishments that I'm working on. So I want to wait till those are finished and I want to use those for this. So that's that one. And then there's this one, which is a little bit different than what she had. It's very similar, but I took my take. This is my take. This is a piece of, I think it's like watercolor paper. It's very heavy paper. It was a card that someone gave me that was blank. So I have stuck that in there. And this is a very simple pocket that she made. I used some more of that card to just stick inside that little side tuck with a scrap as a tag or tab. And then I love this one. This is that policy envelope closure one. And you open it like that. And then it too has a hidden tuck spot, which just thrilled me. So, and I had a little mark right there. I just covered it up with a label. So those are thoroughly fun and exciting. Thank you so much, Cori for that inspiration. So then I also did Tracie's, and I did them slightly differently in that I used a larger piece of paper so that when this goes around a page, say this is the page, when this goes around the corner, say like that, on both sides of the page, you can choose to have a tuck behind here, a tuck in here, and a hidden journaling spot there. And it will be the same on both sides of the page. Brace yourselves. I'm just going to undo the power cord because I keep hitting it and jiggling. Okay, that's out of the way. So that was my take on that one. Same with that one. This one is that kind of corner page again, but it too is got the same thing front and back. And with that one, same with that one. And then these are exactly the way Tracie set them up, or set some of them up. So I also did them this way with the little hidden journaling spot there. But I have not sewn these together or glued them together yet. But they're ready to go. It's still, I still consider this a mass make because when I have a journal to put them in, I have the flexibility to decide how I want them sewn, glued, attached. So incredibly useful. So I have all this ephemera that I can now pop into my project box over behind me that's ready to go, which is thrilling. So my contribution to this mass make challenge is my flat pens. And I have some other examples, videos of how I make these flat pens. It's not new, but I'm going to do it again. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use a single piece of 12 by 12 paper to do it. Super, super simple. These pens are 6 inches tall, and you need 2 inches wide to make the pen. The other thing you're going to need are glue, the cutting board. You're going to need some kind of paper clip. This is my preferred type. It's this smaller size of just a standard paper clip. But you could also use these cute little itty bitty tiny ones. Tim Holtz makes these. I got these for cheaper on Amazon, I believe. So teeny tiny ones. Not my number one choice, but they will work. And I thought we probably could use these also. I find that these tend to be very hard to get on and off. They're very tight. Again, I like the idea of having the little loop at the top so you can throw some thread through them. And in the past, I have also made them with an eyelet. So instead of having a sticky uppy bit, you just have an eyelet through the base. And I'll show you how to do that. And the most important bit is you need ballpoint pen refills. And I ordered these off of Amazon. You can get them in gel or ballpoint. You just look up pen refills, and they come in different colors, and you get them in bulk. And this will last me a very long time. So these you will need to as well. If you just want to try it and you don't want to order it, I suppose you could take a Bic, or I think they call them barrels in Europe, and just, cannibalize one of those pens. So here we go. Let's do the cutting. So I need this first to be 6 inches tall. And so it's going to be the height of the pen. So I think I'm going to cut it down this way. So this will be the bottom and this will be the top. And we'll get some interesting designs that way. So cutting it at 6. So now I have 2 of these. And I'm going to cut each of these, pardon me, at 2 inches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this should give us 5 and 6. So we're going to be able to make 12 pens from this one sheet of paper. So let's go this way at 2 inches, 1, and you can make them narrower, you can make them taller. There's really, these can be, however, whatever pen you like to write with, you can make whatever size pen. But they are very flat and they go very nicely. They fit inside the front cover of a journal very nicely. And I generally include one of these pens with every journal that I make. Did that one come out wonky? Nope, came out okay. Okay, so let's put this away. And here we have our pen bases. This is so simple. So if you are a scorer, since this is a 2-inch wide piece of cardstock, you can score at 1 inch and fold it. See, this is the thing. I'm such a bad scorer. You see? I messed that one up. I don't know. I have the hardest time seeing those lines. It will be fine. So you score all of these at 1 inch. and line up the edges. I have tried at different times making the bases a little bit wider. I messed that one up. A little bit wider and then folding this edge over and that edge over. It makes no difference. This is such a simple, straightforward way of doing it. It works just fine. You just fold it in half. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to score all of these at 1 inch. Oh, this is a fun one. I like how that one came out. At 1 inch. If you're good at folding over and lining things up, you don't actually have to score. It's just, you just need to be able to fold each of these in half. I have in the past also made them less than 2 inches so that the width of the flat pen is smaller than 1 inch in the final form. And I find those to be a little more fiddly to make. They fit in your hand quite nicely if you do the whole base at 1.5 inches and score at 3/4 of an inch. But this is just like the perfect marriage, I guess. Ooh, I like this one. This one has just the word collect. And it's going to fall on 1/2. That's fun. I like that. And then the perfect marriage, as I was saying, of ease and comfort when you're making it. Okay, so that's all the scoring we need. I'm going to put that away. So now I'll use a different bone folder and I will fold these in half. You also have the option of doing the opposite side. So a couple of these were super boring, like maybe this one is kind of boring. So if you don't want to use this side, and this side, the other side is more interesting, and you're using a double-sided cardstock, you have that option. Now, the other options that you can take is rounding the edges. If you intend to round the edges, round the corners, I suggest doing it at this stage. And I'm going to do this one. This is what a 1/4 inch round will look like. And because once you have the pen and the paper clip in, it's very hard to round. I like the way the 1/4 inch one looks. I'll show you what a 1/2 inch round looks like. So here is the 1/2 inch. I find if you're good at lining that up, oh, so that lined up quite nicely. It'll still work with the paper clip in there. This might work better with an eyelet. Let's hold that out and we'll do this one with an eyelet so we can have a little variation. So I'm going to do some of these with this side out and a 1/4 inch. I think the rest I'll do the 1/4 inch. As I said, this is so simple. It's not rocket science, but it does give a super nice end product. Now here's an example of one where I did quite a poor job lining that up. So guess what we're going to do? We're just going to make this one a tiny bit narrower than the rest. And I will just cut that down to fit. No rules. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Okay, I like this collect one. I'm going to try and line that up. Yep, lined up nicely on that one. And I'm going to do my 1/4 inch corners. Whoa, this one's fun. And then you can it doesn't really matter. They don't really have a front or a back. I guess kind of when you put the paper clip in, you wind up with a front and a back. but when you're writing, it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to finish those later. I'm going to do this. This is 2. I'm going to, ooh, that's a nice one too. Look at that. It comes up with a label on it. That's fun. I want to do this typewriter-y one. And I'm going to do my 1/4 inch. That's very fun. I like how that came out. Okay. So let's do a couple of these. I wanted to do this one. I want to do the collect. And where is that other one that I said we were going to save out to do? Okay. So the next step is I find my paper clip. So I'll do one of those paper clips in the collect. And I haven't figured out if it really matters all that much which side, whether you put the long side on the inside or the short side on the inside. I really don't think it matters. I think I generally do the short side on the inside, leaving a little bit of the loop sticking out because I do like to put a little bit of fiber through there. And I will do this one with one of these kind of itty bitty paper clips. And for the itty bitty paper clip, I think I will put the long side on the inside just because it is so itty bitty. And then this one, I'm not gonna put anything on the inside because I'm gonna do an eyelet at the end. So I have a what is this called? A refill. Do you see how there is a lip? There's a little lip right here. Can you see, is that focusing? A little lip right here. I try and line this edge, the inside edge of the lip, with the bottom of the paper so that it won't slide. I don't know if they always come with that lip. See, like that. So there's a lip, and I have the lip just on the outside of the paper, and that way when you're pushing and you're writing, it won't slide into the pen. And here's one for this one, and here's one for this one. Okay, and now, you guys, all we have to do is glue. So I'm using art glitter glue. I just refilled it, so it's kind of overflowing. I didn't do a good job refilling it, but I've used Fabri-Tac, but I really like the way the art glitter glue grabs. Hi, Kenai. Kenai came by to say hello. Hi, buddy. Okay. He's like, who are you talking to, Mama? Are there strangers in the house? So I am going to put glue all over one side, making sure to hit the edges, and you hit all the areas of around the paper clip. And then I'm going to stick my pen refill on the inside again, leaving the lip on the outside. And I'm going to close it up. I try to position that pen so it's in the middle. And then all I do is pinch it closed. It's really, really that simple. And because the art glitter glue is lovely and grabby, if you have some of these little quilting clips, they can be helpful, or some kind, either the quilting clips, or if you have some of these Mondo grabby things. I think the Mondo grabby things are overkill, but if that's what you have, go for it. And I do try to press, because the other thing that the art glitter glue does is it moistens the paper. And I think when the paper gets moistened a little bit by the glue, it becomes a little bit malleable. So I'm just going to squeeze and squish and make sure that there is contact. I try and make sure that there's contact at the paper clip, on the edges around the paper clip, and then in the center. so that we're kind of wrapping that paper around all the metal pieces of the paper clip. And you can even feel that the paper seems to get a little damp and flimsy, but as soon as it dries, it hardens up beautifully. So that is one flat pen paperclip pen. Okay, as the count would say. So let's do another one. Let's do this one with my standard kind of paperclip. I do get it pretty gluey. And I'm going to lay my pen down the center of the back there. Again, I want the paper, I want this lip to be on the outside of the paper so that when I close it up and I'm writing, the shaft of that refill won't slide back into the paper at all. So I'm going to keep squeezing and pressing. I really don't think, sometimes I use these. I really don't know that they're necessary. It seems to work quite well just with a little perseverance. Oops. And then I need to squish all around the wire of the paper clip so that the paper envelops all those little wires. Oh, that's cute. It says signature. Can you see that on that side? That's kind of fun. And you can see how it kind of molds. The paper molds itself around that pen base. And the other important bit is right here at the base. You want to get that pinched tight around the lip of the pen. And there's pen number 2. Okay, and this one is going to be super easy because we are not going to put a paper clip on this. We're going to save this one for an eyelet. And remember, we did a 1/2 inch corner round on this one. That's bothering me a little bit. I'm just going to smooth that out a smidge. Okay. So it's not so obvious that I did a poor job on corner rounding it. Okay, so same thing with this one. Going to keep the lip of the pen on the outside, kind of get it centered. And you do have some wiggle room at the beginning to kind of go by feel, making sure that it's not crooked. Okay, that one seems to need a little bit of glue in there. Oh, it's better. You can feel it get kind of cold and damp feeling. And I'm just going to keep molding that around. And then let's pick out an eyelet. This is probably big enough so that we could do a nice big, one of these bigger eyelets. Let's try that. And let me grab my crocodile. So let's see, this one is set for the little ones. Let me just quickly switch it out so it's set for the big ones. And then I'm going to use that big one there. It's the 3/16 inch, and I'm just going to eyeball kind of centered top where I want it. Stick my thing in there and give it a squish. And there we are. That is an eyelet, a flat pen with an eyelet. And then we have the paperclip flat pens. Shall I make one with this one just to see what it's like real quick? Take one of those. Again, I think I got these off of Amazon. So much cheaper than getting them from Tim Holtz. Same exact thing. Okay, what other one should we do with this cute little... Let's do the one with the label. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, so I am going to just trim down the edge here because I did not fold well. And I'm going to do my quarter rounded corners. Oh, and inking. You can always ink these. Probably best to ink first. Okay, let's ink this. But I forgot to do that. So if you forget to do it, you can just ink later. It's not the end of the world. But you won't have as good an inking right at the top where the paper clip sits. But again, or you can just not ink too. I mean, depending upon what style your journal is, what your style is, whether you're an inker or not an inker, it's all good. Okay, so I'm going to put the longer piece in the back. So it will, oh, you know what? I'd like to do it. No, I like that. That was good. I'm going to put the longer piece in the back. And I think I will leave a little, I'm not going to stick it all the way down on the edge. And then this will clip to the page. And then I need another pen base, another pen refill. And I will put some glue right there in the center and all around the edges of the paper clip. Stick my pen refill down the center, as much of a center as I can estimate, and I will just do the same thing. I will pinch and run my fingers up and down along the edges of the flat pen. Always good to have a baby wipe around when you're dealing with glitter glue, right? Okay, so there we go. I think that looks quite cute, actually, with the cute little, I don't know if these have a name. Retro page marking clip, maybe? I don't know what it really is. But you can get them from Tim Holtz and you can get them from Amazon. This I know. Okay, so these are 4 of my examples of my Mass Make paperclip pen, or flat pen as I generally call them, because they really are flat. So there's the standard paperclip. There's the eyelet with the 1/2-inch round corners. Here's the cute little teeny tiny vintage looking paperclip. And here's that other kind of vintage style paperclip. All different kinds of flat pens. You can add fibers or yarns or ribbons to the top, whatever you like. So that is my video and my contribution to #JJ March make it, I don't know, I'll link it below. Thanks so much for joining me. Please click like, subscribe, and have a great day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.